tell me how you can access this component which you designed in this Power App, how you can access here. Now see, here the component name header. When I try to go to the screen and try to insert, you can see that header is available in that custom section and you can add that. But when I go to the another Power App and try to insert, here even custom is also not visible and you cannot add the component which you have designed in this Power App. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me what is the reason for that? Pause this video for a while. Try to think. Welcome back. I hope you comment your answer in comment section. So let me tell you why you cannot access that. Because the reason is that when you design your own component in Power App by going in the component menu and try to design that, let me tell you the reason that why you cannot access that. When you design a component in Power App by going to this component tab, that component is not visible in another Power App. So globally, you cannot access that. So you may have a question that can we design a component which we can globally access in the same environment? Or can you tell me how we can design a component which you can use in different Power App? Hi, this is Krupali from Know-How Academy. So let's start with me. So let me tell you what you are going to learn in this video. In this video, you are going to learn how you can design Power App component which you can access in different Power App in the same environment. So let me tell you how you can do that. So to design a Power App component, you do not need to go to here in a component section. There is a different way to design your own custom component in Power App which you can access globally. So for that, let me go back and you need to go to the welcome screen of the Power App. So this is the welcome screen. And here you need to click on more and try to find the custom component. Here, see, if you are not able to find it, you need to click on discovery all. Once you click on discovery all, here different things you will able to see. Just scroll down little bit. And here in app enhancement section, you will able to see component libraries. You need to click on that. And if you want to see that when you click on more, you need to just pin it. Okay. So it will be pinned. Okay. Discover and you will able to click on component library. So click on component library. Now here, if you have already designed a component library, you will able to see that. If you did not design any component library, this section will be blank. Okay. So for that, we need to click on new component and try to give a name of the component. Now remember, this component name you will able to access across different app. So let's design a component which you can globally access that. Now before making new component in Power App, let me tell you this. Okay, let me open which I have already designed that. Now see here, I have designed two components, header component and feedback component. Now feedback component is basically a feedback screen which I have designed, and in header component I have designed this. Now this component you can access in this app only. So how you can access that? So you need to click on that, click on get more component, and by clicking this you can import that. Now you may have a question. Now, what is the difference between the component which we have already designed in Power App and what is the difference between this component which I have designed? Now, when we create a component using Power App enhancement section, this is called component library. Now, what is the meaning of component library? In Power App environment, we are creating a library of component. Now that library we are going to use in our Power App or in different Power App. That's why we are calling it as a library. Now, if you know a little bit programming, a little bit C programming or Python programming, you know that when we are doing a Python programming, we import libraries before start writing a code. Why? Because library is a ready-made set of functions or code which support our logic, or using which we can develop, or we can do development faster. So same way, component library is a kind of library or predefined design code using which we can do fast development in Power App. Okay, and one more important thing is we can reuse that. So reusability is the most important thing when you are working with the component library. Okay, so how to design a component library? So to design a component library, as I told you, I show you how which I design already. So we are going to learn how we can design this type of component library in that. So in this video, we are going to design a header component. That header component, we will keep it in component library section. So let me go back. Okay, so to create a component library, you need to click on new component library, and then you need to give the name. So let's say this is demo library, or you can say this is a header library. Header library. So lib generally is a prefix or postfix you can give it to identify this is a library, and you need to click on create. Now, when you create a component library, look and feel of the component library is same as a normal Power App screen. Here you can design your screen, and here you can design your component. Since I promised that I will teach you how to design a header, so if you don't know anything about the component, we have given a link in the description section that what is component, how to design properties of the component, how to first design your component. So you can go to the description and check out that video. So you will going to understand fully what I am explaining in this video. So I am quickly designing the header component, which I have already shown you. Now see, I have designed a header component. Now let me design an input property so that I can set the dynamic company name while inserting the component value. So let me design input property. If you have a question, what is input property, what is output property, we have already created a video on that. Click on that eye icon and see that, and then come back to see this video. So whatever company name you want to set, you can set it using the input property. So let me save that. Okay, now one more important thing is that we want to set here the picture, who currently log in a Power App. So for that also we need to create an input property for image. So let me design input property. Okay, user underscore image. Okay, and this time I'm setting the data type as an image. Okay, and click on create. So to input property, and also here in this image section, here I need to set the name of that. Okay, give me a second, let me go there, and there is one image property is there, where it is. Okay, let me click on this image, and here you need to write header component dot user image. So when we set the image value, automatically image value will be updated. Okay, so we have designed creating a component in component library. Now in component library you can design n number of component, and that component you will use it according to your need in another Power App. Okay, so let me save it. Oh, it's already saved. Now one important thing you need to understand, if you are making your component library, once it's done you need to publish it. Okay, so to publish this you need to click that and click on publish this version. So this version will be published. Now after publishing, let me check it in a component library section, it is there or not. So the name of our library which we have created is header library. So let me go back. So we have created one library. The name of the library is header component. You can delete, you can edit, you can share this library to the different environment. But right now we are not going to delete and share. We are just focusing how we can access component which we have designed under this library. So library contain more than one component. Okay, so our header library right now contain only one component. So let me go to the Power App, and once it is published, make sure that if your Power App is already open, make it refresh. Okay, so it's already refreshed. Now if you want to add a screen, if you want to add a header which we have already designed in this library, how we can add that? So let's try to insert using this insert menu. So click on insert, go to the classic, and if you try to add custom, and here header is available, but this is the header which is there in this Power App. So this header it is including, but I don't want this header. So how can I do that? So let me delete that. Now I want to access header from component library. First of all, we need to understand how we can access component library in Power App. So to access a component library in Power App, you need to click on this plus sign, and last here you will able to see this get more components. So click on that, and here you will able to see the library which you have already created. So I have already created a test library, and just before some second we have created a header library. So click on this header, and under this library right now only one component you can see that. So click on this and try to click on import. So this header component will be imported. So how we can check that? So again you need to go to the insert, and here you will able to see the library components. Before that it was not there. So here you need to click on library component and try to add header component. So here header component is added. Now you need to set the width and everything. Let me just remove this. So let me go to the width and try to set it the width, that parent width. So it will be width to that. So here we have added a component. This component we have added using a component library. And let me just quick add the image and company name. So to add that, here go to the screen and click on the header component, and here there is a property called company name, and write a company name, let's say test company. Okay, and here it will be there. Now if you want to set an image, so how you can set an image? So here in a image property or user image property which we have already created, here this is a sample image, but we don't want to set the sample image, we want to set this a user image. So for that, first of all you need to add the data source and search for Office 365 users and try to add that. So after adding that, you need to write a code here, that is Office 365 user.profile photo version 2. Then you need to write a bracket, and inside the bracket you need to write Office 365 users dot my profile photo, or you can say my profile version 2. Then you need to write a bracket, and then you need to write the principal name. Okay, so user principal name. So your whatever current user, the picture will be seen here, and save it. And let me go back to the screen and let me run it. So here we have added a component from the component library. Now what if some changes is happen in a component library? So let's say this is the Power App which is using the header component. Now let's say if I have created another Power App in which that Power App is also using the same component. So if I am doing changes in that component, automatically all the component will be changed. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So let me save this application, it's already saved. Go back to that Power App and let me go back to the library which we have created. So this is the header library which we have created. Let it be load first. Okay, now what I am doing, I am changing only the background color. So let me click on the header component and try to change the background color. Let's say this is okay, and let me save it. Now if we are doing any changes, we need to publish it, otherwise that change will not be affected in which we are using. Okay, so let me publish this version. So it published, and let me refresh it one time also. Okay, meanwhile it's refreshing. Now see, still the changes is not propagated. Here you can still see the sky blue color. So how you can do that? So for that you need to just back, leave the app and open it again. Okay, my app name is component part 2. Okay, now let me go to the edit section and try to reopen it, and it's already refreshed, and we are also reopening it. And let me go to the screen 3 and let me just quickly fix this. And here you can see that a notification, you will able to see that component library update available. So it is giving a notification that whatever library or which from the library which you import that component, it is updated. So if you want to update it, you need to click on review, and here you can see that which is the name of the library, at which date, at what time it is updated, and if you want updated version, you need to click on update. So now you can see that automatically the color is updated. Okay, now let's say in this Power App you want to change a color of that component, but in another Power App you don't want to change the color of that. So how you can edit the color of this component library in this Power App? So you need to click on this header component and try to click on edit component. Once you try to edit the component, you cannot edit the component from directly from the component library. But what PowerApp do? PowerApp will create a copy of your component. Which component? From the component library, and try to paste it here in the component section. So let me click and edit component and click on create copy. Once you create a copy, header component 2 is created, and you can change it, the color of that component here. Let's say the color of the component you want to keep it is this, and let me save it. Now, after doing a copy paste, make sure that, just give me a second, okay, and let me refresh it. Okay, let me go to the screen. Still the color is not changed. Why? Because this component we imported from the component library. So we need to remove this, and we need to try to insert a component from here. So here you can go to the custom, and here header component 2 you need to edit, and again you need to set the width, parent width. So I hope you understand, right? Okay, now make sure that when you are editing in a local PowerApp, or you need to include it from the insert section. But if you want the header from the component library, you need to go there and get more components and try to click on this. Now see here, you will not able to see the library which we have created. Why? Because we already made some changes. We publish it, but we need to refresh it. So let me do the refresh. Still if it is not visible, then what you need to do, you need to again publish it, okay, and just make sure it is refreshed properly, and then you just need to refresh this also, okay. It's just a matter of refresh, nothing big. And see here, it's already there. Now let's say I want to remove, I want to add again one header in that. So let me add a screen, and let me add header from the insert section and component library, and try to it. Now let's say if you want to remove this, okay, if you want to add it, but let's say if you remove by mistake, or how you can remove it, let's learn this also. So click on this and remove from the app. So you are removing it from that, and again you need to click on this, get more component, and here it will be visible. Why before it is not visible? There may be a possibility of refresh, and the second is that that library is already there in here, okay, in component library section. So it will not allow you to add the same library again and again. So that's why it was not visible. Okay, so header library and header component, and click on it. Okay, and then from go to the screen and try to insert it header. Okay, so now you get an idea that how component library is working. If you want to do some changes, how the change is propagated to the different PowerApp, and what you should keep it in mind. Thank you for choosing Know-How Academy as a source of your IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate to the tech world. If you have any question, do not feel hesitate to reach out us. Stay curious and keep learning.